Hey guys, this is Level 7 Incorporated, and I'm here with my first ever deck discussion video. Well, if you guys have any suggestions to improve this segment, then please give me some ideas. I'm all ears. Anyway, this archetype just got its full support as of a couple of days ago. You know, it's gonna be tier 1, no questions asked. It's gonna be tier 1. The archetype in question is Blue Eyes. Well, they've been wrecking the OCG for a while, and it was only a matter of time before they came here. Well, certain other decks should be getting the spotlight. Cough, cough, DDD is cough, cough. That being said, this deck I feel will be very easily one of the top decks out there. I mean, they have a lot of plays they can go into, but I feel like I should just address the deck first before how I think they'll take on the meta. So for your new players out there, I'll go ahead and explain it to you. But if you already know what the deck does, then skip to the time in the description, just so I won't have to, just have to bash a little. So, yeah. So, I'll go ahead and explain what the deck does to your newer players. This deck can bring out massive beat sticks with very little setup time, if at all. Because with cards like Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, you just need to reveal one Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, special summon this thing. Like, that's all you have to do. And considering both cards are very searchable in the deck, that thing is just crazy, and also it destroys a monster on their opponent's side of the field at the cost of them not being able to attack with that said monster. So, the card's pretty ridiculous. I'm gonna admit that because it's a free level 8 monster with 3,000 attack right there. Basically a Cosmo Dart Destroyer in the deck. So, that's their biggest support card out there. So, another thing is that they have incredible search and draw power with cards like Trade-In, cards like Cards of Consonance if they use it, they have Melody of Awakening Dragon. They have plenty of ways to get to their plays. So, yeah, very, very ridiculous in my eyes. And speaking of level 8s, they have a bunch of rank 8s in their arsenal, along with level 9 synchros. With cards like Azure Eyes and Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon for their synchros, and rank 8s like number 62 and they go into Dark Matter, cards like number 38 and Felgrand. This deck is pretty much a Swiss Army knife. It's so many combos I can pull off. They're not DDD combo centric, but they can still make pretty good combos. So, yeah, pretty ridiculous. Since they are Swiss Army knives, they gotta have outside pretty much every situation. So, monster removal in the form of alternative, back row in the form of Dragon Spirit of White, protection with cards like Return the Dragon Lord and Azure Eyes, and control with cards like Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Also, they have an incredibly powerful ritual monster in the form of Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, which deals double piercing damage with a 4,000 attack, and it can be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So, the deck's very, very scary in what it can do. So, yeah, the deck itself is very ridiculous. It's not just limited to Blue Eyes either, because they can use cards like from the Felgrand Stretcher deck, like Felgrand himself, or Arcbrave Dragon to get back more of your dragons, like Dragon Spirit of White to get rid of more back row. So, yeah, they can use the Felgrands very well. So, they can use Dragon Shrine and Dragon Ravine to the fullest of their ability as well. Also, it can summon Crystal Wing at a very, very great degree of ease, because they have cards like Spirit Dragon just to tribute it, and then get out Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, bounce a monster, get out Sage Knight, just search, and then go for Crystal Wing. So, the deck is very scary in what it can do. It's just the Swiss Army knife. I've said that multiple times already, but that's just what it is. So, yeah. And also, many variants were created, like Chaos Max Turbo, Felgrand Blue Eyes, and Pure Blue Eyes. So, the deck is very ridiculous in what it can do, and I feel like that's not even the fullest of what it can do. So, now we're on to that part of the video where I tell you guys how I think they'll take on the meta. First up, Cosmos. The one matchup that's not in the OCG yet. I feel like that Chaos Max Turbo will have no problem with Cosmos. Just get out Chaos Max. Unless they get like Yummo Dart Planet, which tell me what Cosmo player plays Dart Planet. Just get out Chaos Max, you pretty much got the game, because Cosmo Dart Destroyer can't destroy it. Just there's no way they can get around it. Not even Infinity can save them. Not Castell. Nothing's gonna get them out of Dark Matter. So yeah. But other variants of Blue Eyes still have a pretty interesting matchup against Cosmos, to say the least, because Cosmos get very powerful beat sticks very easily, almost as easily as Blue Eyes can. However, Blue Eyes have a lot more consistency than Cosmos do, if they didn't have Cosmo Town at least. I mean, even with Cosmo Town, Blue Eyes still has a lot more consistency. Because of their sheer amount of draw power and search power, Blue Eyes can be a very big threat to Cosmos. They can even make like Dark Matter Dragon and just sit on it while they play the game. Unless they have cards like Cosmo Dart Destroyer right away, in which case you still have Gospel Revival. Yes, I'm still going to call it Gospel Revival to replace the cards. So, yes. The card, well, the deck itself is very crazy. It's just, it can take on Cosmos very well. Depending on which variant, of course. So now, on to the next deck, which is, I would say Monarchs. But they have no problem with Monarchs, because a deck like Monarchs, like, they pretty much don't have decks to use the extra deck. However, this deck can pretty much just use its main deck to win. I mean, cards like Alternatives to get rid of the Monarchs, or even just swing over them for that matter, they can very easily break the domain lock and then just go probably number 95, or just make a massive board while they're at it. Like, the Faux-Grand engine would probably be the best matchup, because they can go like Faux-Grand, banish something, and just start reviving their cards. So, they have no problem against Monarchs. Just, Monarchs can be a pretty interesting matchup, but I feel like that Blue Eyes is just gonna go ahead and just wreck Monarchs where the sun don't shine. So, yeah. And lastly, for me, for the bigger threats, I'll say PK Fire and Burning Abyss, which are probably their hardest matchup because, one, they float. Pretty inherent. Two, they can very easily get out Beatrice, you get out Farfa and just banish some stuff and just make your life miserable. Just, a lot of the time, Burning Abyss is just gonna disrupt your plays, but even then, they have a hard time getting over like Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon or something. That being said, Blue Eyes is very capable of taking them down too. It just takes them a lot longer just because they have no way of getting rid of a Dante or something without them floating, and they'll just keep on respawning and just keep on getting monsters out while Blue Eyes has to constantly drain resources. So Burning Abyss wins the grind game, but if Blue Eyes can get their plays off enough, like Twin Burst or something, they can go and just go for game there. So yeah, I feel like Blue Eyes, it can be very, very powerful in the meta. And it is. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. So talk to you guys next time.
Fluffle stuffing. Only real men play fluffles.